This was a really big thing for us to be able to bring our cats with us as we travel around. Just spent the summer in Alaska, which is not something we'd ever thought we would do, but we get that luxury to be able to do that by living in this very tiny space. Hi, we're Holly and Caleb, and we live in our 2019 Dodge ProMaster Vanlife with our 3 cats. Well, welcome to our kitchen. So we have our sink on one side and our counter here on this side, as well as on top of our fridge right here. Because it is a really tiny space to kind of open it up, we decided to do this lovely peel and stick tile. It's a company called Nomads tile. They're about 2 millimeters thick, so it's a little bit thicker than your normal peel and stick tile. And we decided to wrap it all the way around our kitchen to this side. And then on this wall, we added all of our spice containers. To save a little bit room in our pantry and our drawers, we decided to attach them to the wall here. So we went with the induction stovetop because of the cats, which just means we do actually have to have power to be able to cook something, which hasn't been an issue just yet. The cool thing about the induction stovetop is the pad won't get hot unless there's something magnetized to it. And we have this ginormous fridge for our tiny little van. And that's because I really am a huge fan of ice and ice cream. So we decided to have a huge fridge to be able to have both of those. And then we also have a toaster oven for those days we do want to toast something up. And then we have our upper pantry here. So this is where we keep all of our food storage. And then our last one, cabinet up here. This is pretty much our toiletry cabinet.
All right, so over on the passenger side of the van, we decided to put our sink. It's a very deep sink, which is great. The countertop itself is a butcher block, so it's very thick, very heavy, very sturdy. The heaviness was kind of the only downside to using this, but all in all, it's been okay. So we have, just our regular faucet right here. We have our filtered tap right here, and part of the reason why we chose to put the sink on this side of the van was if we ever wanted to do an outdoor shower, we would be able to open the van door up and then turn this around like this, pull this out, and kind of do like a beach style shower. We have a 32-gallon freshwater tank from Northwest Conversions, and it's back underneath our bed, and it's one of the really cool ones that fits over the wheel well, so it's a really nice use of space. Up top here we have this foldable tray. Basically you can just fold it down like this, and then we could store it just down here. All of our cabinets that run along this side of the van, this is going to be all for our clothes. So my clothes are over here on the left, all of her clothes are on that side. So most of it's built out of 1/2-inch birch, painted it white. We did use some 2x4s in here, that we kind of ripped, made them more square, which was not the best way to go, but it was what worked for us. In terms of airflow and kind of keeping us, cool, we have 2 max air fans. We have one in the back, and then we have one up front here. It's really nice to have 2. I know some people only have 1, and I always think that has to be somewhat difficult, because the nice thing with 2 is anytime we're cooking over in this direction, we turn it basically where it's sucking air out, and this one will be blowing air in, so it just creates a nice, beautiful draft. And then as far as lighting is concerned, we just have a lot of these puck lights. It's nice because they're nice and dimmable. We also have some of these same lights underneath our cabinets. They're all just powered by our battery bank, which runs off of solar.
We decided to do tiny living because we love traveling. We have been together about 14 years now, and one thing that's always been a priority in our relationship is to travel and to go places, see new things. So once the idea of van life kind of came about, we decided that kind of worked perfectly. And we wanted to be able to bring these cats, and why not have a safe space for them that they feel like is home. And we're traveling all over North America. Just spent the summer in Alaska, which is not something we'd ever thought we would do, but we get that luxury to be able to do that by living in this very tiny space.
Being able to build out a van and its flexibility, essentially, to be able to take it all kinds of places, is one reason we chose the van. It's just nice for us being able to, kind of park it almost anywhere in a stealth sort of manner. It helps us be able to continue to live this lifestyle without as much of like a financial burden as maybe someone might have that has to do an RV park every night or something like that. So when it comes to like some of the I guess sacrifices that you have to make, sort of the most obvious one is just like we don't have a shower in our van. We didn't build one, and it really wasn't something we wanted to do. We didn't want to sacrifice that space, so we do go to the gym. We use Planet Fitnesses or rec centers, but yeah, just not being able to shower like every day is kind of been strange. But you adjust pretty quickly to, I guess, I don't know, being a little more grungy, I suppose. You know what I'm saying? So.
So as we come out of our kitchen, we come to our little seating area here. So we have 2 bench seats, and on this side is actually where our toilet is. So we do have a Nature's Head composting toilet, and it sits right here in this little cubby. Very, very convenient because it's very easily discreet. No one knows that we have a toilet in here until we show them. And we have a little bit more storage in there. So our backup shampoo, conditioner, everything goes in that little storage container. And then we move right here to the bed. And of course, our 3 adorable little kitties here. We built our bed as a fixed bed. We did know we wanted to be in bed mode all the time. And that's more specifically for the cats' benefit. They have a place to just come, hang out, lounge, take their little kitty cat naps like they're doing right now. We decided to do a 6-inch memory foam mattress. And because we are both kind of shorter people, it's a benefit for us in this van that we can actually sleep sideways here. So we didn't have to turn our bed to take up more of our real estate this way. So this lovely cutout here is actually the cat's safe space. So also in there is their litter box, but they do have some places to go if they get a little too scared and don't want to hang out up here on the bed. All of the rest of the walls, as well as our ceiling, this is all cedar tongue and groove. And then if you can see back here on our doors, we decided to put this cork material here just to be able to post some photos, post some memories that we've been making here in the van.
Yeah, everyone, has a different way that they do this. Some people have remote jobs. Some people are earning, money through their social media accounts or YouTube channels and stuff like that. That was never the goal for us. I mean, we do have a Instagram page that we have fun working with, but we knew for us it was going to be pretty practical. We'll go somewhere and we'll pick up a service job or some type of gig work, and we'll spend 3 to 4 or 5 months somewhere, and then we'll as soon as the season starts to change a little bit, we'll go somewhere else. So yeah, it works out well. It's not generally too hard to find a job, especially if you have experience in the restaurant, bar, and service industry.
And then as we moved up to Alaska this past summer, I actually got the opportunity to be a tour guide up there. So I spent the whole summer up there touring around the Anchorage area. And now that company that I work for is actually giving me a job down in Arizona. So that's where we're headed right now. We're going to be making our journey down to Arizona so I can continue to be a tour guide. It is the best job I've ever had. It's pretty amazing. And I kind of love it because I leave this van and I get to jump in another van and drive around and show people the beautiful places that we get to call home for a short period of time.
All right, so back here underneath our bed, like a lot of people have it, we have our battery bank system. We have 2 200 amp hour gel batteries. We have a 2000 watt inverter. And then we have a 50 amp MPPT battery to battery onboard charger, which is just wonderful to have that. That's an absolute must in my opinion. So then moving over to the right side of our garage, I guess as most people call it, this is where we carved out a lot of space for the cats. Keep their litter back here, their litter boxes right here. This is some litter box deodorizer. And then one other really cool feature that was a nice way to use this space basically between our bed and the back door. This holds, you know, books, kind of like nightstand stuff where you might have stuff on your nightstand. We have stuff in here. And then we even have a hole right here that opens up and drops our clothes into the laundry basket. So we don't have to come outside to put it in there. So you can just like take something like an old dirty sock, drop it right in, and then we never have to worry about opening the back doors.
The best advice I could give you if you are interested in doing it is just do it. For so long, this was such a big dream of ours. And one thing looking back now is we never picked up a single power tool before building this van. And having that naivete of like not knowing how difficult it was going to be was such a blessing, because had we had known how hard this was going to be to build it out, we would have stopped ourselves in our tracks before we even got here. But just going into it full force, knowing that it's probably going to be hard and a little bit difficult at times, but getting through that, powering through it, doing it, sticking to your commitment and saying like, this is what we want to do, looking at the bigger picture of installing this is a pain, putting the tongue and groove in sucks, you're holding your arms out for so long, but looking at the bigger picture of like, we can go anywhere we want in our home was just such a huge wake-up call that was really kept pushing us further and further.
Yeah, I would say just not being afraid to ask for help. We built the majority of this van ourselves, but we had some incredible help from some really nice people that were, not looking for any credit. They just wanted to sort of be a part of it, help us make our dream come true. Someone's gonna believe in your dream and they're gonna want to be a small part of that. So yes, just never be afraid to ask for help.
And if they offer help, take it.
Yeah, take it. We wouldn't be here, I don't really think, if we hadn't had that help, or it would have delayed us a lot longer. So
if you're interested in following along our journey and seeing these cute little kitties live the van life, you can follow us on Instagram at Vanlife, and you'll see all of our wonderful journeys there.
Yep. We just want to say thank you for watching our tour. Thanks Tiny Home Tours for allowing us to do this. And maybe we'll see you out there on the road sometime.